Children going to school. You will see it no matter where you are in the world. These children are on their way to schools and classrooms that over the past 50 years, Maranatha volunteers have built. You will find them on every continent in nearly every country Maranatha has worked in. The 3,110 classrooms that our volunteers have helped finish now serve more than 100,000 students. This number represents a perpetual rotation of young people. As older children finish their education, younger children begin theirs, and this continues year after year. And most importantly, these classrooms are staffed with Christian teachers who teach the principles of Jesus and the life-changing message of Christ. Maranatha began working with schools as early as 1971. One of the first projects was in Peña Blanca, Honduras. Beginning with the construction of desks and bunk beds, volunteers have returned again and again to this site, which is now a major center of Adventist education in Honduras. This commitment to education can be seen all through the Americas, Southern Asia, and Africa. Over the decades, Maranatha's building efforts have been complemented by exceptional school leadership and education programs that excel. Parents and students in every corner of the world testify to this. Solange Tuhu's son attended the Marcori Seventh-day Adventist School. Her daughter is currently enrolled. She is not a Seventh-day Adventist, but chose Adventist education for her children.
Et le ministère nous donne des papiers à remplir. On dit de choisir 3 écoles. 3 écoles, si tu veux privé, tu choisis 3 privés, tu veux collège moderne, tu choisis public, non. Donc on dit 3 noms, mais moi je n'ai pas mis 3 noms, j'ai mis numéro 1 Adventiste, numéro 2 Adventiste, numéro 3 Adventiste. Parce que je ne veux pas qu'on envoie mon enfant ailleurs. Parce que j'aime l'école Adventiste, vraiment. Il travaille très bien.
In Tamil Nadu, India, on any school day, you will see Panaya and his daughters on their bicycles. If it is a slow day in his tailor shop, Panaya will take his girls all the way to school, a school he loves.
Iditama school gave me education, food. Above all, they taught me about the living God of this universe, Jesus.
Solange and Panaya voice the sentiments of parents and students all over the world. They represent people who are very deliberate about choosing Seventh-day Adventist schools for their children.
A lot of the places we're working, the church has grown so much that the members have lots of little kids and they want them to get a Christian education. Secondly, in those countries, Seventh-day Adventist education is viewed as something very desirable, and the communities want their kids to go to that school because, and I quote, they learn morals. Second reason, they do really well on the test. Third reason I hear over and over again, the teachers care for my children. It is not like a public system.
Maranatha Volunteers International also builds classrooms and schools because this is what the faith communities where we work are requesting.
When we go to a new country, one of the initial meetings we have is with church leadership to try to understand what are the needs, what are the strategic plans for that church entity, be that country of Kenya, Zambia, Mozambique, even here in the United States. In that discussion, we have noticed over the years there is growing interest and priority given to education.
In the mid-1990s, this growing interest in education, combined with rapid church growth, was one of the influences that motivated Maranatha to create a new type of building, the EEC, or Education and Evangelism Center.
The idea for creating an Education Evangelism Center came about from our favorite architect at Maranatha called Don Kirkman. Don, in his typical way, drew up a building in a napkin that is a box, classrooms all around it, and very, very efficient. The idea behind that building is like, how can we maximize the space in a cost-effective way?
The EEC is one of the most efficient school buildings ever designed. Not 1 square foot is wasted. There are no hallways, just rooms along the outer edge of the building that can be adapted as classrooms, offices, bathrooms, or computer labs, and a central common space that accommodates physical education and assemblies.
All of a sudden you have, in a very efficient use of square footage, it's a building, and we used to say it all the time, this building you can use not just one day a week like a church. This building gets used every single day. It's a school during the week, and it's a church on weekends.
The EEC's efficient and economical design inspired Maranatha supporters to begin a matching program in an effort to build 40 EECs in parts of the world where the need was critical. The challenge attracted a large foundation to make a commitment to the initiative. Instead of 40 EECs, that commitment helped Maranatha build more than 100 of these centers, changing those communities forever.
The EECs are buildings that we like from the perspective of they're great at meeting the need for the recipient. The other key aspects of having that building is it provides fantastic opportunities for volunteers. Block building, you don't have to go super high with it. You can have great interaction, because when you're putting a school in, you have all the kids that come and are part of it that are going to someday be at school there, and it's fun to have them involved. So the building becomes a great focal point for the whole community. Hey, what are you guys building here? I was at a project not too long ago in Uruguay, and it was a constant stream of neighborhood people. We can't believe that this building went up so fast. What are all these people doing here? So the impact to the volunteer is life's changing when they do a school. It's really, really cool.
This is the Mikozana School in Victoria Falls, Zimbabwe, on the continent of Africa. The Mikozana School was the first school campus to be built with a structure Maranatha used between 2011 and 2017, known as the one-day school. Volunteers could easily complete one of these classrooms in a day. Campuses using the one-day school sprung up throughout Zimbabwe. It was ideally suited where local supply of materials was lacking. The soup-to-nuts design included the structure, the roof, walls, windows, and doors. It also included desks and a writing board. These classrooms became the place that thousands of young students first learned about a loving, caring God. Maranatha continues to build school campuses. Where possible, we now fabricate the steel superstructure in proximity to our construction efforts, saving money and improving delivery. The Kabwe Adventist School in Zambia was one of the most recent beneficiaries of Maranatha Volunteers International's support for education.
When you go into the new campus, you see the new buildings that are coming up. It actually gives you hope that we have more spaces and more doors that are open to allow pupils to come through. And the beauty of it is for every child that will go through, they have an opportunity to actually meet Christ in the classroom. So the more blocks you have, the more opportunities for Christ you have to expose them to the community at large. Most of them will never have an opportunity to get to a church building to actually listen through to the gospel. But when they come to Christian school, that's the one opportunity they have. So you actually have more of an opportunity to minister to them and to share Christ to them. So it's beautiful when we see the campus growing that much. We have more spaces open to actually preach the gospel to them.
This school, it is God himself who is building it. But he cannot come from heaven to come and make more bricks, but through his agencies, he's able to do that. So the coming of Maranatha International, it's not a human dream, no. God himself puts things in place. He has got a plan for everything. And at every moment, he puts things in place, and they just fit in.
For 50 years, Maranatha has had the privilege of answering the call to help create places of learning in South America, in Africa, in Russia, and Southern Asia, and here in North America, where volunteers regularly renovate and restore our campuses. Education matters to Maranatha. Thank you for your ongoing support of this critical mission through your financial gifts and by volunteering.
Providing that opportunity, providing that education, it gives us the opportunity to, yes, put our funds, our resources in a way that'll make a huge difference. If you were to pick one thing that to put your money towards that you know will be producing returns, not just now, but someday in heaven, make it a school. There'll be kids going through there today, tomorrow, and for the next 50 years. That's pretty awesome when you think about it.